Oh, what's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of our, I guess, Final Fantasy TED Talk. I don't know what we're calling it at this point. But we've had a couple of these where we kind of talk about some of the information that we've heard, and we go over a couple things. And today I thought would be a good day to kind of just crack open some of the last information that we got. A lot of people still have questions on, and that is the fact that, one, we know that we're going to be getting 3 parts to the Final Fantasy VII Remake. Sorry. This episode is specifically about the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I know sometimes we talk about Crisis Core, sometimes we talk about 16, sometimes it's all together. This is just Final Fantasy VII Remake. So Rebirth, specifically, is what we're talking about here. I mean, I guess kind of whatever the third project's going to be called, too. But we'll get there. We got told that we're going to get 3 parts, right? So we know that for a fact. That's done. We also got told some other interesting information, which is that not a single location is going to be left out. But that they might get done in a different order in order to make the story that they're trying to make work, I guess. I don't know. That part I wasn't too keen on, but, you know, it is what it is. Well, not too keen, but just not too excited about it, I guess I should say. So, with that being said, I thought it would be fun, as it normally is, to try to have this stuff on the internet, so that way, in case I'm right, I'm right. In case I'm wrong, you all get to, laugh at me. The chances of me getting this 100% right are pretty fucking slim, in my opinion. But I figure we'll pull up a map. We'll discuss what we think the story is, where it's at, where it's going to be heading within just Rebirth. And just by the natural order of things, I'm sure we'll probably spill into where the game is going to head and go moving into the third one. I'm sure that will happen. But we'll focus on Rebirth first, and then we'll move into that. So I'm going to go ahead and prop the map up here behind me. There we go. And yeah, let's go ahead and jump into this. So, in the original game, I want to start off by saying, for those of you who are not Final Fantasy VII original game players, the blue dots are the only ones that we're, focused on here. Everything else is, optional, which I'm sure will still be optional. I mean, we really don't know what the world map looks like yet. We really haven't got a chance to see that. We do know that we're officially leaving. We don't know what transportation is going to be like. We have no idea. Literally no idea how this is all going to work out. I highly doubt we're going to be walking around on a gigantic map like it was in the last one. But, hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens. So, as you can see, we have Midgar over here on this right side at the top of the right little continent here. And straight above is Calm Town. So that's where we were heading at the end of the first one. And just like in the original, you go from Midgar to Calm. That happens. Once we get to Calm, we have the whole Sephiroth story, background, all that fun stuff, and everything else, which is going to obviously happen because I've seen Cloud walking with Sephiroth. So we know that's going to happen. That's probably going to take up a big part of, or a good part of the game, is telling that story in detail. Here's where things get interesting. Once again, let me reiterate what I said earlier. We are only going to have 3 parts, and all the locations are staying in. There's a lot of locations left. So that being said, we can't have a game come out that's, 55-hour runtime, and it's 40 hours of it are Calm, and somehow still make it all the way to wherever the hell we're supposed to make it to, right? So, the majority of the third disc was basically we're dropping in Midgar, fighting Sephiroth, blah, 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 all that fun stuff. I don't even know if dropping in Midgar is part of the third disc. I don't know. Anyways, not trying to go off on the original here anyway, but there's a lot of ground to make up. There's going to be some places that probably won't be expanded on, needless to say, which kind of sucks to a certain extent, because we did see so much expansion in Midgard. Kind of see some of these other places expanded on as well, versus just drive-by situations like Fort Condor. It's just a drive-by. Medill is just a drive-by. Costa del Sol, another drive-by. Like, some of these are just drive-bys, right? But we also have to keep in mind on how we're going to introduce characters. So what makes sense for Rebirth character-wise? I've had this argument go back and forth with a couple different people, and honestly, I could see both. I could see just adding, obviously, Yuffie to the team, and Kate Sith, and then leaving Sid and Vincent for the third one, or adding all four in this next one. I can see both. I can honestly see both. They both make sense. So if the team is chasing Sephiroth, we're going to go to Calm. I mean, there's going to probably be some things that are kind of just not really in the game, just solely due to, like, I don't know if they're actually going to make us go through the swamp. Like, having a gigantic Midgar Zolom fight, I don't know how they're going to really want to do that early in the game. I mean, Chocobo Farm, obviously we're going to be able to get the Chocobo, so we could technically just go over it, but I don't know. It will be interesting to see. But, so, let's start with what I think will be drive-bys, right? I think Chocobo Farm is going to be a drive-by. I think there'll be a callback to the whole Chocobo dance for the old school fans, but I think that's about it. So I think Chocobo will be a drive-by because the materia that we get from the Chocobos doing the dance we already have. So I think that'll be a drive-by. I think Fort Condor, since it's been kind of turned into a game, I don't even know if that's going to be in the game. Well, no, they said it was going to. Well, they didn't specifically say Fort Condor, but they said all the locations are going to be there. So I think that's probably just going to be a place where, like, you can possibly get, like, better Fort Condor stuff, because I'm sure they're going to try to keep that going moving forward into the remake. Then we went to Junon. Junon, I think, will still play a big role, because that's how we get from one side to the other, and with the president and everything else. See, I wish we wouldn't have got told that this was going to get limited to 3. I wish it was going to be more, because, I mean, I definitely could see some expansion in Calm. I definitely can see some expansion in Fort Condor and actually making that, like, a real good place for once. And then a lot of expansion in Junon, and then fighting Genova on the submarine, and then landing in Costa del Sol and the game ending there, and then moving on to what would be the third, but not necessarily the last one. But once again, it's going to be the last one, so it doesn't really work out, because after Costa del Sol, we would be going to Gold Saucer through North Curl and North Curl. I can't talk right now. Jesus. In that place is Barrett's hometown, and we get Barrett's story. We find out all the stuff about Dane and Barrett's wife and why he hates Shinra so much. And then we take our ride to Gold Saucer. There's all the shit going down at Gold Saucer where we're trying to find Sephiroth. The shit happens in the tournament. We get thrown into the prison. We meet Kate Sith, all that fun stuff, which Kate Sith actually comes before the prison, but whatever. We do the whole ride. I wonder if the Chocobo race is even going to be in the game, honestly. I would have to think so. I'd have to think that, like, there's going to be a lot of different games that you could play the Gold Saucer. If, like, the Gold Saucer in this game isn't on par with the Gold Saucer in 14, I'm going to kind of be upset. I'm not going to lie. Like, the Gold Saucer in 14 is pretty awesome. That being said, leaving the Gold Saucer, we go down to Kagaga. I like how the map I found, I am so sorry, guys. The map I found has it as Kungaga. It's Gungaga. Oh my god. I'm sorry. This map is gone from existence the moment we get done with this video. Gungaga. And then from there we go up to Cosmo Canyon, right? No, we go from Gold Saucer to Cosmo Canyon down to Gungaga, I believe. Because the thing breaks down right as we hit. I don't know if that one hit. There's a specific order you got to go in for that one. I know the Turks are there. I think you could do that one, Gungaga, then Cosmo Canyon. I don't know. Either way, it's been a while, guys. It's been a while. That being said, from there we'll move on to Nibelheim. Then you can hit Rocket Town, choose to do Wutai. Then we got to go over to the Temple Agents, then the Medial, and then on up to Key of the Ancients, Bone Village, all that fun stuff up there. Man, yeah, that's goddamn Forgotten Capital, Isaac Land, and Northern Crater. That's a lot of places still have to go. Okay. Full on prediction. Here we go. So I'm kind of just muttering at this point. If we had to put what do I think is going to be in the second game and where do I think it's going to end, with the fact that I know it's only going to be 3 titles, I think Chocobo Farm, Fort Condor will both be in. They'll both be drive-bys. And even the little caves that we go through after the swamp, but that's not really a location. I think those will both be drive-bys. I don't know where Yuffie fits in, though. That's my biggest issue. I really don't know where Yuffie's going to fit in. So, take it how you want to guess. But it depends on when Yuffie joins the group, because she was optional, and I don't know if they're keeping her optional or if she's going to run into us at some point while we're on the road. So, Chocobo Farm, Fort Condor, staying in, both drive-bys. Junon, I think Calm is going to take probably about 25% of the game. I think Junon is going to take about 50% of the game. And then we're going to hit Costa del Sol, which is going to be a drive-by, North Coral, and then maybe end in Gold Saucer? Still seems like that'd be such a long fucking game. Because the first time you're in Gold Saucer isn't that big of a deal, right? Because it's not the date scene. It's just the whole getting thrown down in the village. So maybe Gold Saucer's completion and then end game after we get out of the prison and we're on the way to Cosmo Canyon. I could see that. But then I think Junon probably wouldn't take up as much as I said before. Well, those other ones are drive-bys. At least 25% to be halved between, and maybe not even necessarily halved, but like 2/3 Barrett Story, 1/3 Gold Saucer. Because then that would leave the third one to be Gongaga and the Cosmo Canyon and Nibelheim. Cosmo Canyon would take up a good amount, I hope. It's actually fucking story there. Nibelheim would take... fucking A, dude. I don't know how they're going to do this. A lot more of these are going to have to be just run-throughs. To Rocket Town, Wutai, unless they're planning on just cutting Wutai. And that's the other thing too, though. Like, how many more DLC things are we going to get like this? Like, are we going to get Rebirth and then like Wutai is a DLC? Like, Rocket Town is a DLC? Like, I don't... That's the question. There's a lot of uncertainty. But I could see them finishing, like I said, leaving... If they are doing it in 3 pieces and they're going to do expansion, I don't know how necessarily they're going to fit this. It would be a longer game for sure, which is not saying they can't make a longer game than the first one. I think it would be smart for them to end, if we're staying to 3 discs, end at the conclusion of Cosmo Canyon. Because then after that, you have a big spot for Nibelheim. Rocket Town and Wutai are blow-throughs. Temple of the Ancients will just be like nice hard dungeon. And a lot of like ground building, so there'll be a decent amount of time there. Mediel will be a blow-through. And then everything up north is pretty much a blow-through, besides obviously the Forgotten Capital, which is where shit goes down. And then the Northern Crater. Oh, but that's not even taking into account the parachuting into Midgar and all that shit. Oh my god. I don't damn. Fuck. The more I think about this, the more I don't feel I was prepared for this fucking video. Holy shit. Oh man. The parachute drop down into Midgar is gonna be a big deal. Fuck. There's so much left in this game. I don't know how they're going to cover all of it. I really don't. I mean, obviously, 3 discs. I don't know. Maybe I think what my problem is that I'm trying to reference the amount of time they're going to spend on the disc to be as equal as the one that they did for Midgar. And that's not necessarily true. Plus, once again, I don't know what's going to be DLC and what's not. It's easy to, like, this is the game, and then release some DLC chapters that take place in these other ones. You know? Because then those are still considered Rebirth, but they're DLC on top of that. So, it's very interesting. And I wonder if they're going to keep in, well, I mean, they already said they were keeping in the other fucking locations, but I don't know if Cactar Island and Round Island and Goblin Island are considered that. Because we don't even know what moving around the map's going to look like. Oh, man. Maybe I was not prepared for this fucking video. But, hey, I'm here voicing it. You know, we can talk about it. We can discuss it. We can battle it out in the comments and see what everybody thinks. That's why we do this. It's content. It's conversation. So we need to do it inside the gaming community is keep conversation going. Damn, man. I really thought I had a solid plan until I remembered that we fucking parachuted in the Midgar, and now my entire fucking plan is blown. Although that wasn't really that long, because like you parachute in, you fight down some streets, you fight fucking Prod Cloud, and then or Prod Claude or whatever the fuck the name of that stupid robot is. Proud Claude, I can't remember, and then you move on to the cannon where they're shooting at the Northern Crater. So, I mean, I guess that doesn't have to be that long, but they've made Midgar so big, but it is really linear, so, Does suck that this game's not open world map. That'd be great. Be able to go literally everywhere, but that would take fucking forever to make. I mean, to be fair, this game's been announced a long fucking time ago, but not the here or the now. Yeah, I think if I had to, I'm still gonna go with my first. I'm still gonna go with my first bet, right? So let's see that. So Internet official, Dead Funny official. Even if we consider that DLC is part of the specific disc, whatever, I'm gonna say Calm to Cosmo Canyon. The conclusion of Cosmo Canyon will be Rebirth with a potential 1, maybe 2 DLCs. And those DLCs would be Wu-Tai, I'm going to say 1 DLC. I don't feel like Rocket Town should be a DLC because you get that plane and Sid's whole story. I don't think I don't think Rocket Town should be a DLC. But they already started off Yuffie as a DLC, so I could see them doing Wu-Tai as a DLC. So, Calm to Cosmo Canyon, conclusion, Rebirth. And then 1 DLC, Wu-Tai. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Kind of. Alright. I don't know if this is a popular or unpopular opinion, but I'm going to throw it out there. Let me know what you think in the comments. What if they would have just made Final Fantasy VII Remake? And then, like, every other year, they're releasing, like, each location. Oh, shit, that would take forever, actually. Was that 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14? No, never mind. That was stupid. I'm not even going to finish that thought. That was stupid. You guys probably already know where I was going. That was a fucking dumb thought. Oh, man. It'll be fucking 200 by the time I got to fucking fight Sephiroth. Jesus Christ. Okay. Never mind. Scratch that. Very unpopular opinion. Even the person who made the opinion is very unpopular. Very unpopular opinion. So, that being said, before I make myself look further like an ass on the internet, we're going to go ahead and end the video. But yeah, those are my thoughts. That's what we're going to have is Cosmo Canyon conclusion and then Wu-Tai DLC. Let's see what happens. And if I was right or even close or fuck it, even completely wrong, we'll do the same thing again for the third one and how we think it's all gonna flush out as far as, you know, DLC, blah 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 blah. Because there's still so much in the air at this point. Maybe we'll get some more information that comes closer, and it might make me do another one of these videos. Definitely got to find one with a map that doesn't have Kungaga on there, because that's not fucking correct at all. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you like, you subscribe, you turn on notifications. Make sure to jump in those comments. Talk to me about this. I want to hear your guys' thoughts and views on where you think Rebirth is going, where we think we're going to end, how long is it going to be, all that fun stuff. If you completely disagree with me, tell me that down there. Let's have a conversation. If you think that my almost popular opinion was fucking stupid, fucking throw that down there. That's fine, because it was very fucking dumb. Other than that, like I said, best way to support us is always to share. That is the best way you can absolutely support us, is by sharing our content, helping us get a bigger community for all us to be able to bond, talk together, hang out, play games, fun stuff like that. So other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week, and I will see you next time.